It's Platt, and today we try a beer from the Great Lakes. That's next to Platt's Beer of the Week. Well, today I thought I'd get out of the Las Vegas breweries that I've been reviewing lately, and I thought I'd head to the Midwest, more importantly, Michigan. Today from Bell's Brewery, we're going to try Lager of the Lakes. Bell's Brewing is a family-owned brewery based in Comstock, Michigan. A little backstory to Bell's Brewing. In 1983, a gentleman named Larry Bell incorporated the Kalamazoo Brewing Company. Now, the Kalamazoo Brewing Company was an actual brewery. It was a homebrew shop that Larry founded in the area at the time. However, it only took a couple of years before the itch got to Larry and he decided he wanted to start brewing and selling his own beer, and that's what he started doing in 1985. The original quote-unquote brewery was a 15-gallon soup kettle, and he would ferment his beers in open fermenters. They had to cover up in plastic wrap. I'm sure that was a local health code thing. That very first year, they produced roughly 135 barrels of beer. That doesn't sound like a lot, but on a 15-gallon quote-unquote system, that was probably a lot of work. Luckily for Larry and the Bell family, though, things started to take off. The word of mouth started to grow. And if you think about the time, there wasn't a lot of craft beer in not just Michigan, but the U.S. in general, so they probably had a pretty good head start. By 1993, they decided to open up a brew pub there in Kalamazoo, just down the road, called the Eccentric Cafe. I'm sure there's great backstory to that name. Over the next decade or so, things just kind of kept moving, distributing beer wider, selling more beers, growing. So by 2003, they decided to open up a separate brewing facility in Comstock, Michigan, and that's where the company is now based out of. Success and growth kept coming to the point where by 2006, they decided to change the name of the company to Bell's Brewery. A lot of people were already kind of referring to it as Bell's Brewery anyway, so just kind of made the process simpler, the decision a little easier. Again, things just kept growing for the company to where by 2012, the Bell family decided to go ahead and buy out all outside investors, stock owners, what have you, and the brewery today is a fully family-owned operation. It is the largest independent brewer in the state of Michigan, so quite a success story for the family if you think about that. Besides Bell's Brewery, though, the family also owns another brewery, Upper Hand Brewing, something they opened in 2014, and I hope I'm saying this right, Escanaba, Michigan. I'm saying that right. Currently today, Bell's Brewery employs more than 600 people. They are distributed in over 40 states and Puerto Rico. Well, before we try the Lager of the Lake, so let's check out the stats. All right, the particular beer we're going to try today is Lager of the Lakes from Bell's Brewing. Lager of the Lakes is a Pilsner, a Bohemian-style Pilsner. Bohemia is a region in Czechoslovakia. The Bohemian-style Pilsners akin to the German-style Pilsner. We'll kind of go over some of the differences in a little bit. As far as numbers goes, SRM, we're looking at 3 to 7. IBUs 30 to 45, and ABV 4.1 to 5.1. It's kind of on the higher end of the session beer range, but still very drinkable. You can have 2 or 3 of these, no problem. Color-wise, we're looking to straw to light amber. Carbonation-wise, medium with medium carbonation, plenty of bubbles. This style is slightly darker in color than its German counterpart, the German Pilsner. These beers, the German Pilsner, the Bohemian Pilsner, were kind of the predecessors to the American Lager that we enjoy today, or the American Light Lager. Brewers like those that founded Miller, Coors, Anheuser-Busch, they were all German descendants that liked their Pilsner-style beers. They were light, very drinkable, and which made sense for the hardworking men in the factory at the time. They wanted that kind of style of beer. Now in America, we kind of backed off the hops, and so like this style of Bohemian Pilsner is going to have more hop bitterness than the American Light Lager. But as far as drinkability, color. They're fairly comparable. Again, the Bohemian Pilsner will have a little more color than, let's say, an American Light Lager and a German Pilsner. But body-wise, taste-wise, they're fairly close. A little more hop bitterness. With that being said, let's check out this Bohemian Pilsner. Alright, we got a decent sized hit. I got a little aggressive with the pour. Slightly more haze than I thought. Plenty of carbonation. Light malt nose. Not much hop aroma, but Bohemian Pilsners tend to be more about the hop bitterness than the hop aroma or flavor. Let's give her a try. Not bad. I do get a little bit of the toasty, biscuity malt. It's got a little malt sweetness to it. Fairly light body, or lighter body. I wouldn't say light body, but lighter, like a medium minus on the body. Very drinkable. Some aftertaste, nothing lingering, but there's a little bit of an aftertaste. I get just a hint of the hops, kind of in the back and the finish, back of the mouth, the finish. Again, not a lot though. This is definitely a beer if you're trying to get your friends out of that Miller Lite, Bud Light kind of thing. Introduce them to new styles. This is, again, one of those type of beers. This and like a blonde ale or the two that I kind of suggest for getting those people out. This is something, again, something you can drink outdoors, summer day, this type of year. It's a great beer for that. A bird loves Bohemian Pilsners. Overall, just a good, overall nice beer. Nothing extraordinary about it, but again, that's kind of stylistically. Again, this is the predecessor to the kind of American lagers, and we know there's not a ton of flavors in those. So this works stylistically. Just a nice, very drinkable beer. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe down below. Also, please like the video because it lets YouTube know we're putting out good content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas for beers for me to try, please leave them in the comment section, or you can contact me on the Twitter page. Till next time, bottoms up.